Yes, you read that right. 164 years. That's how long the universe has waited for Neptune, the planet of dreams, spirituality, and transcendence, to return to Aries, the sign that marks the beginning of everything. The last time this happened was in 1861, a time marked by wars, upheavals, revolutions, and the birth of new collective paths. And now, on March 30th, 2025, this cycle begins again. But this time, you're awake. You're aware. You're standing before a portal that only opens once every century and a half. Neptune is no ordinary planet. It moves slowly, almost as if it exists in another dimension. But when it changes signs, it shifts the vibration of an entire generation. And now, as it leaves Pisces, its spiritual home, and enters Aries, it stops floating and starts burning. Dreams meet fire. Intuition meets courage. Spirituality meets action. But be careful. This transition won't be gentle. It'll be like lighting a torch inside your unconscious. It will force you to act, to reposition yourself, to leave fantasy behind, and step into manifestation. This isn't just another video, it's a calling. Because those who understand what's happening now will be ready to lead the new era. Those who ignore it will get lost in old illusions. Now I'm going to show you what happens when Neptune meets Aries, and why this spiritual fire can transform everything you believe about mission, purpose, and courage. To understand what's coming, you need to know who these two archetypes are, and why their union could set your inner world on fire. Neptune is the planet of the unseen. It represents dreams, spirituality, imagination, the subtle realms. It's like a mystical fog that dissolves the boundaries of the rational mind. Neptune speaks to the soul. Aries is the opposite. Aries is flesh, impulse, beginnings, urgency. It's the fire that sparks existence. It's the cry of birth. Now imagine what happens when the planet of dreams enters the sign of action. What was once intuition becomes movement. What was just visualization demands execution. What lived only in the spiritual realm starts calling for real-life action. Neptune in Aries says, no more just imagining. It's time to do. It's time to fight for what you believe in. But here's the paradox. This energy can also be dangerous if misdirected, because Aries' fire can distort Neptune's ideals. What was spiritual can turn into fanaticism. What was inspiration can turn into escapism. What was courage can turn into aggression. This is one of the most powerful transits in recent times, and it's going to demand something from you that you may have avoided your whole life. Acting with soul, moving with purpose, and fighting for a dream that's yours alone, even if no one else can see it. Yes, this energy isn't fleeting. It's going to stay with you for many years. Neptune will officially enter Aries on March 30th, 2025, and remain there until 2039, with a brief return to Pisces between October 2025 and January 2026. In other words, we're talking about a 14-year cycle. 14 years where the whole world will breathe this new air, where an entire generation will be shaped by this invisible fire, and where your path could completely change. if you're paying attention. During this time, you may feel an inner push to start something new, even without knowing exactly what it is. A spiritual restlessness that pulls you out of your comfort zone. A need to act in alignment with your soul's mission. And possibly the collapse of old dreams that no longer support who you've become. Neptune in Aries shatters illusions, but it also ignites destiny. This isn't just any transition, it's the end of spiritual passivity and the birth of a new way of being. More authentic, more conscious, more connected to who you came here to be. You already know that Neptune in Aries is a call to act with soul. But how will it impact you personally? Each sign will be touched in a specific way. And even though this transit lasts 14 years, the first few months already offer clear clues about where your life is about to shift. Aries, you are the epicenter of transformation. Your identity, your self, your personal mission, everything will be redefined. This is your chance to reconnect with the real reason you were born. But watch out for inflated ego or dreams that detach you from reality. Taurus, the call is quiet, but deep. Neptune will activate your unconscious, your dreams, your karmic memories. You'll feel a need for isolation, introspection, and spiritual healing. It's time to release what's emotionally tying you to the past. Gemini, get ready for unexpected spiritual connections. Neptune touches your friendships, networks, and collective purpose. You may find yourself drawn to bigger causes, social movements, or soulful projects. But beware of utopias and empty promises. Cancer, your professional life will be shaken, but with purpose. This is the moment to align your career with your mission. You might change paths entirely or rediscover passion for something that had been dormant. Leo, your spirit will crave expansion. Neptune sparks your search for something greater. You might feel the urge to travel, study, dive into philosophy or spiritual practices. But be cautious of false gurus or idealisms that disconnect you from yourself. Virgo, time to go deep. Neptune will illuminate your taboos, fears, traumas, and energetic bonds. It's the moment to heal what you've hidden, even from yourself. Profound transformations are coming, including how you deal with pleasure, control, and letting go. Libra, your relationships are about to shift. Neptune brings a new energy to partnerships, contracts, marriage, and emotional balance. You may attract deeply spiritual people or fall into illusory connections. Stay alert to what's real and what's just loneliness disguised as love. Scorpio, you're going to feel it in your body. Neptune activates your routines, health, and work patterns. Physical symptoms may reflect spiritual misalignments. It's time to care for your inner temple and align your work with purpose. Sagittarius, your creativity is about to explode. Neptune awakens your inner child, your pleasure, your talents. You might create beautiful things, open yourself to love, or discover hidden gifts. But beware of addictions, distractions, or blinding passions. Capricorn, the foundation of your life is being redesigned. Neptune touches your family, your roots, your ancestry. You might feel instability at home or have old emotions resurface, but this is so you can rebuild your foundation with more truth. Aquarius, your mind will vibrate on a new frequency. Neptune activates your communication, studies, writing, and mental connections, but it can also bring mental fog, lack of focus, or overstimulation. Seek practices that clear your field and organize your thoughts. Pisces, this is the closing of a karmic cycle. Neptune, your ruling planet, is leaving home. And as it enters Aries, it invites you to review your values, finances, and self-worth. It's time to reclaim your worth, with courage, not guilt. Neptune in Aries is a calling, but it's also a test. When the planet of dreams enters the sign of action, you're challenged to bring your visions into reality without getting lost in them. The challenges: impulsive action driven by illusion. You might confuse intuition with urgency and end up making soulless decisions. Aggressive spirituality, the belief that there's only one right path, can fuel conflicts in the name of good. Spiritual ego. You start thinking you already know everything, when in fact you're running from the simplest truth: humility. Escape disguised as purpose. Starting 1,000 projects without finishing any, and saying it's because you're driven by purpose. But there are also unique opportunities. Courage to live the dream you've always had, but never had the strength to begin. Connection to a new kind of leadership. Authentic, intuitive, transparent, healing portals, opening through conscious action. Freedom from cycles of spiritual paralysis. This transit is a mirror. It will show who's acting out of fear and who's creating from love. It's not just about knowing, it's about preparing. And if Neptune in Aries asks for anything, it's presence with purpose. Here are a few practices to help you align with this energy. 1. Conscious breathing before action. Whenever you feel the urge to start something, take 3 deep breaths. Ask yourself, is this coming from my soul or my anxiety? 2. Write down your purpose. Neptune dissolves. Aries initiates. So anchor it. Write down what you believe in, what drives you, and what you want to begin in this new cycle. 3. Avoid unnecessary confrontations. Neptune in Aries can blur the line between courage and aggression. Before you react, cut someone off or try to assert yourself. Listen to your intuition. Sometimes silence is wiser than reaction. 4th, practice acting with soul. Each day, choose one concrete action that brings you closer to who you want to become. Don't overthink or overplan, just act. With presence, with intention, with faith. Neptune in Aries is an invitation to embody the spiritual, to stop running from the body, from reality, from responsibility, and finally, bring light into the world through your actions. You can anchor this new phase with a symbolic and energetic ritual. Simple, direct, and deep. Ritual: the inner torch. Light a red or white candle. Sit in silence for a few minutes, gazing into the flame. Place your hand over your heart and say, "May the fire of my soul show me the way. May I have the courage to act with truth. May I manifest what my soul came here to fulfill." Then, Write on a piece of paper what you want to begin, what you need to let die, and what your first courageous step will be. Carefully burn the paper as a symbol of surrender. Finish with gratitude. You don't have to do everything now, but you do need to take the first step. And this ritual is your energetic permission to begin. Neptune entering Aries isn't just another astrological event. It marks the beginning of a new era, a time when the spiritual world is asking to be expressed, a time when intuition must become action. If you've watched this far, it's because part of you is ready to say enough to passivity, ready to abandon the illusion that someone else is coming to save you, and ready to lead your own journey with soul, with truth, with courage. Neptune in Aries is going to shake everything. But maybe what it wants most is to see you honoring what your soul has known all along, and you've been postponing. So tell me in the comments, what do you feel you need to start now? What part of you has been waiting for years for this push? And what will you do with the flame that just lit up inside you? If this video resonated with you, like it, share it with someone who needs this message too. And subscribe to the channel to keep receiving content that shines a light on the unseen. See you in the next one. And remember, spirituality isn't just for meditating, it's for living, for acting, for transforming,